Hello, I'm Anna Whiteley and welcome into Golf Central on YouTube. Well, golf is back. The PGA Tour celebrates the new year with its first event of 2021 on the stunning island of Maui for the annual Sentry Tournament of Champions on Kapalua's Plantation course. 42 of golf's most elite players will tee it up in paradise, headlined by none other than world number one and reigning Masters champion Dustin Johnson. Our own Todd Lewis caught up with DJ as he's coming off his second major win.
Well, I mean, obviously it was a great week. I played some really good golf, and but you know, and it's something, you know, like I said, I've always dreamed about is winning the Masters. So it's yeah, I mean, it was an incredible week. It's something, you know, I'm going to remember forever. You know, still don't know how much it sank in yet, just because, like I said, I've just been so busy, you know, with the family and, you know, holidays and stuff that, you know, hadn't really had a whole lot of time to think about it. But, you know, hopefully here, once it slows down a little bit, I'll get some time. All right,
between eating holiday dinners and such, have you had a chance to work on your game, and where would you say it is right now?
Not a whole lot. I did come over here. I got over here last week, so I've been here for a little bit, and, you know, got a little practice in, not a whole lot. Just, you know, more enjoying the beach and the family. But yeah, the game's fine. I mean, I played this morning and went and practiced a little bit on the range. It's all right. I mean, it's about where it normally is this time of year. A lot of things to work on, but yeah, I mean, it still feels pretty good.
Do you anticipate your form here this week to be as strong as it was in the latter part of 2020?
I mean, it's hard to say. Probably not quite as strong as it is there, but this is a good golf course to be a little rusty on, just because, you know, it's not that narrow off the tee. You know, and there's, you know, it's generally very windy here, so you're hitting a lot of, you know, feel shots, which I like to do, and, you know, obviously I've had success around here. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the week. How sharp I'm going to be, I can't really say yet, but I would imagine I'll be okay.
And finally, you're 36 years of age, and you're pretty dominant number one right now. What continues to motivate you at this point in your career?
Well, you know, just obviously being number one motivates me. Coming out here competing, the competition, I love it. I like to win. I like to compete. You know, I like being in the hunt. So for me, that's what motivates me is just, you know, coming out here and competing and contending for championships.
Life is pretty sweet right now for Dustin Johnson. Well, earlier on Golf Today, our new midday show, Golf Today, was graced by the presence of none other than 18-time major champion Jack Nicklaus to reflect on everything that was 2020 and everything that could be in 2021. As always, the Golden Bear did not disappoint. In case you missed it, here's Jack.
The last time we saw you was back in November at the Masters, which in itself sounds strange. Barbara suited up as your caddy for the honorary tee shot. Seemed like a sweet moment for you. Where'd that rank for you in terms of moments at Augusta?
Well, it was good fun. You know, we normally take one of the grandkids, and, you know, I didn't take any of the grandkids because we couldn't take anybody. And the night before, I said to Barbara, I said, Barbara, why don't you suit up and be caddy? She said, oh, I can't do that. I said, sure you can. Oh, they wouldn't allow me to do that. Oh, sure they would. They'd love it. And so we asked him if she could do it, and Fred said, sure, that'd be great. Barbara suited up, and I couldn't have had a better caddy. She was perfect.
Jack, challenging year for everyone. Both you and Barbara had COVID. Thankfully, you're all well, but business has been particularly challenging in these times for you too. What have you not been able to do? What have you had on the drawing board that you plan to be doing? Well,
travel, Jimmy. I mean, when I was 5 years ago, I was traveling 500 hours a year on an airplane all over the world. Slowed down at 18 and 19 because, you know, business just wasn't there, to flying about 300 hours a year. Last year, I flew less than 70 hours. Oh. And I've got golf courses that are active golf courses in Saudi Arabia and Greece, Portugal, Belgium, Scotland, you know, all Canada, all courses that are active that we're working on, and I can't go. And you know, that really puts a damper on what what the golf course business is, really.
We can only hope that things will ease up this coming year. Jack, it's wonderful to have you on Golf Today. And we were just talking about it moments ago, but golf has really received a boost in popularity during the pandemic. It's been such a leading light and a real sort of moment of hope for so many people. How do you feel about where the game is as a whole, and how do you feel about its future at the moment?
Well, you hate to say that something bad helps something good, but it gave people, like pandemic gave people opportunity to get outdoors and play golf. People who haven't been in the game came back into the game, brought new people into the game. We've had record numbers of rounds played. You can see there on your screen, the National Golf Foundation is showing you the numbers that have increased. It's fantastic. So the average golfer is the ones we wanted to see get back out. Professional golf, I don't think it's ever been more healthy. The number of tournaments are there, the number of guys, what DeChambeau did this year, the excitement of Tiger, who unfortunately didn't play his best this year, but he was always part of the mix. Dustin Johnson and the great golf that he played at Augusta, and Justin Thomas, right on down the line.
Hi, Jack. This is Jaime Diaz. Good to be with you. Jack, no one's ever said golf isn't hard, but when you watch the best in the world hit very short clubs into par fours and sometimes even par fives, do you start to think or wonder that the game at the highest level may be becoming too easy? And does it need more challenge?
Well, Jaime, I've always felt like the best golf courses allowed you or forced you to use every club in your bag. And when we played, we used virtually every club in our bag almost every round we played on a good golf course. Today, the guys don't need a fairway wood. They don't need any long irons. They play an occasional mid-iron into the par fives. And, they're skillful. I mean, they're good. There's no question about that. And power is an important part of the game. But is it too important part of the game? I think it is. I was a long hitter, and I don't think anybody hit the ball any further than I did when I was playing. But I never really liked real long golf courses. I like golf courses where you had to think off the tee, play a 1-iron, play a 3-wood, hit a big drive, hit a little cut shot. Those are the courses I thought were fun, and I thought it brought your skills out. And I think that the skills of playing golf, I think that's why Tiger was so good. His dad taught him skills of how to play shots when he was young. And Tiger could play any shot there is in the book, and he's better at it than anybody else because he worked at it. Other guys have never been forced to work at it. Equipment is easier. The ball goes further. It doesn't seem like accuracy off the tee makes a whole lot of difference today, where they hit it. So I mean, personally, of course, everybody thinks that golf in their era was the best, and I'm no different. But and I'm not saying golf today is bad. I just think golf today could be improved if we can't take it length in every golf course. But if the golf ball were brought back a little bit, which I think it probably will be this year, I think that you see more guys play more clubs. It's not going to negate how far DeChambeau hits the ball versus somebody else or Dustin Johnson. They're still going to hit the ball that much further. But it brings more golf courses into play. It brings more clubs out of your bag into play. And I think the game forces you to be more skillful.
Thank you, Jack. Dustin has assumed number one. It looks like he may stay there a long time. You talked about managing your career in a way that, as you put it, you kept your juice so that you were ready at the biggest moments and you could stay on top for a long time. How did you do that? And how would you advise a young player now who's number one to sort of emulate you in that regard?
Well, I think everybody's a little bit different. I learned how to pace myself. I found out that it was not good for me to play the week before a major because I needed to work on what I was going to do at the major. That formula worked for me. It may not work for somebody else, but it worked for me. And I need to pace myself. I need to build myself up for Augusta, let myself drop before the U.S. Open, build myself up back for the U.S. Open, build myself back up again for the British. and then build myself back up again for the PGA. The PGA now being in May, it would be a different formula. But I always wanted to be at my top when I was playing in a major, and I wanted to let myself drop, and so I had to work hard to bring it back up. That's what I always thought was important.
Jack, at the end of 2020, speaking of dominant world number ones, the golf world was just absolutely treated to a peek into the special relationship between Tiger Woods and his son Charlie, as they just charmed all of us at the PNC Championship. What sort of feelings does it bring for you seeing Tiger find such pride and fulfillment in life beyond just his career records and legacy?
Well, I've got 5 kids and 22 grandkids, and all 4 of my boys played golf pretty well. So I followed them, and as much as I was far more interested in them than I was interested in myself. And then my grandkids, not many of them are playing golf, but they play, and they play other sports. And of course, I get more pleasure out of watching them do things than doing things myself. So I can understand with Tiger playing with Charlie. Charlie's young. He's got a beautiful golf swing, hits some awfully nice shots. I can tell you, Tiger's going to spend the next 20 years really enjoying what Charlie does. He's just got the one boy, and I think that he's going to be the golfer. So let him have the fun with him. I think it's I hope he doesn't put too much pressure on him to be as good as he was. Maybe I didn't put much pressure on my boys. I sort of let them go and let them play, hoping they would like golf. And 3 of the 4 turned professional. And but I probably, if I'd have pushed them a little bit more, they might have been better. But I also might have pushed them right out of the game. And that's what I don't think Tiger wants to do with Charlie. He doesn't want to push him out of his game. Tiger was one of those rare kids. When his father pushed him, he loved it. He loved to be pushed, and he pushed him right into being as great a player as we've ever seen. And so that's really what it's all about, is how Tiger manages what's going to happen with Charlie, and that's going to be interesting. Tiger himself's got a lot of golf to play. He's not that old. What's Charlie's 40? Tiger's 46 now, and so he's still got some years ahead of him, but he's got a lot of years of watching Charlie too.
Always a treat to hear from the Golden Bear. Thanks for watching Golf Central on YouTube. I'm Anna Whiteley.